Want to know why? Ask how. Howard the Humongous.
Why are Donald Trump and his pack of attack dogs in the Congress obsessed with getting the name of the whistleblower who tipped the world off to the danger of President Donald Trump's phone call with the president of the Ukraine? You remember the whistleblower who tipped the world off to Donald Trump's July 26 phone conversation with Volodymyr Zelensky. That phone call did not come in a vacuum. Donald Trump softened the ground by sending a series of intermediaries to Zelensky to explain an illegal quid pro quo. Zelensky would get $391 million for Javelin tank missiles allocated by Congress, and he would get a visit to the president in the White House if and only if he would do Donald Trump a favor. That favor was opening two investigations, one into Joe Biden and Biden's son Hunter, and a second investigation into a supposed plot between Hillary Clinton and unnamed Ukrainians to sabotage Donald Trump's 2016 election campaign. The law protects the anonymity of whistleblowers, but Donald Trump's pack of Republican attack dogs don't care about the law. They want this whistleblower's name, and some think they found it. In fact, they are spreading it around on the internet. And one Republican congressman, Dan Bishop of Charlotte, North Carolina, swears the whistleblower is not a bona fide whistleblower and is not entitled to the anonymity guaranteed by the law. Says Bishop, the whistleblower is, quote, a deep state conspirator. In other words, when things pertain to Donald Trump, reality and legality are out the window. Anyone who criticizes Trump is no longer entitled to the rights of a citizen of the United States. He or she is a traitor who should be hung. This is Trump delusion syndrome, a syndrome that has somehow sucked in the entire Republican Party, a syndrome that is profoundly dangerous to the Constitution. To see the threat to the Constitution posed by Trump delusion syndrome, let's look at the three reasons that Donald Trump wants the name of the whistleblower. Three reasons that are all illegal. Three reasons Trump wants to violate the primary responsibility of the presidency. According to the Constitution, the primary job of the president is, quote, to take care that the laws be faithfully executed. Donald Trump is more interested in faithfully breaking the laws. Here's reason number one that Donald Trump wants the name of the whistleblower. The president is eager to distract attention from the words with which he told Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky what he, Donald Trump, demanded in exchange for turning over $391 million in military aid. Those words are not in the whistleblower's letter. They are not in second-hand accounts. They are in Donald Trump's own words from the transcript Donald Trump himself released to the world. Said Donald Trump to the Ukrainian president, quote, there is a lot of talk about Biden's son, that Biden stopped the prosecution, and a lot of people want to find out about that. So whatever you can do with the Attorney General William Barr would be great. Biden went around bragging that he stopped the prosecution, so if you can look into it, it sounds horrible to me. Yes, those are Donald Trump's words, according to Donald Trump himself, in his transcript of his phone conversation with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. What is reason number two that President Donald Trump wants the name of the whistleblower? Trump is champing at the bit to intimidate, bully, and punish the whistleblower. And Trump wants to set the whistleblower up for punishment by die-hard Trumpies, the sort of folks who shot 22 people in Austin, Texas, who sent letter bombs to the people Donald Trump believes are his key enemies in the Democratic Party, and who are now saying that Adam Schiff must be hung. Witness intimidation and punishment is against the law. It's called witness tampering. Reason number three that the president wants the name of the whistleblower is that Trump wants to make an example of the whistleblower. He wants to destroy the man so completely that others will not dare come out of the closet with revelations of truths that are harmful to His Majesty, Donald Trump. But the Mueller report explains that it is criminal of any person under investigation to intimidate witnesses. It is especially criminal to do it with a corrupt intention of shielding himself from criminal punishment, avoiding financial liability, or preventing personal embarrassment. Those are the words of the Mueller report. All of these things are illegal. But the president's attempt to uncover the identity of the whistleblower is also a crime of an entirely different kind. It's corrupt behavior. Yes, there is a well-established legal definition of corrupt behavior. It appears in the 488-page document that Trump claims exonerates him from collusion with the Russians, the Mueller report, the report that outlines the illegality of witness tampering. Remember something. Robert Mueller, the man behind the Mueller report, is a lifelong Republican. According to Mueller's report, a Republican report, corrupt behavior is action, quote, with an intent to obtain an improper advantage for himself inconsistent with official duty and the rights of others. And it's illegal. Put corruption together with witness intimidation, and you get what the Mueller report calls corrupt persuasion. Writes Mueller, quote, to establish corrupt persuasion, it is sufficient that the defendant asked a potential witness to lie to investigators in contemplation of a likely federal investigation into his conduct. The persuasion need not be coercive, intimidating, or explicit. It is sufficient to urge, induce, ask, argue, give reasons, or coach or remind witnesses. Corrupt persuasion also can be shown in certain circumstances when a person with an improper motive urges a witness not to cooperate with law enforcement. Not to cooperate with law enforcement? Donald Trump has urged that of more people than I can count. The attempt to publicize the name of the whistleblower so that he can be punished, so that he can be intimidated, is witness tampering. It is corrupt persuasion. It's a crime, but it's just one example of Donald Trump's persistent pattern of witness tampering and witness intimidation with corrupt intent, of Donald Trump's crimes. Donald Trump was committing the crime of corrupt persuasion when he repeatedly got the message across to his former campaign manager, Paul Manafort, that if Manafort stayed strong and repeated Trump's party line instead of the truth, he would be protected. Donald Trump was committing the crime of corrupt persuasion when he sent messages to Michael Cohen telling him the same thing. Stay strong, tell lies, the lies the president wants, and you will be safe. The danger to the Constitution is this. The primary job of a president, as we said, is to faithfully protect and defend the laws of the United States. Instead, President Donald Trump faithfully breaks those laws. He does it with the criminal goal of what the law calls a corrupt intention of shielding himself from criminal punishment, avoiding financial liability, or preventing personal embarrassment. He does it with what the law calls an intent to obtain an improper advantage for himself inconsistent with official duty. He does it with high crimes and misdemeanors. He does it in a manner that could set new precedents, a manner that could corrupt the office of the president from here on out. Donald Trump breaks the laws in a manner far more fitting to a king or a dictator or a criminal than to a faithful upholder of the laws of the United States, which means that we need to impeach Donald Trump to reassert the values of the United States of America. We need to impeach Donald Trump to make a statement for history that nonstop lies and law-breaking cannot be tolerated in a president. We need to impeach Donald Trump to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. This is Howard the Humongous speaking to you from the future. It's your job and my job to make. Or, want to know why? Ask how. And now for that insidious, sneaky, sleazy, little tiny, I think I might have found it, little off button.